board, I took it out today, and it was like kind of weird spring conditions, but it was also cold and a little icy up top too. So I got it in a nice variety of snow conditions. Up top was a little icy, and then down kind of lower it got a little softer. But it was like low light, and there was a bunch of weird bumps that were like, oh, that's a surprise, So it's kind of helped to realize like how it would react in conditions like that. Right off the bat, it was really easy to turn. It's super quick, edge to edge, and so it's a camber board. Right here you can see the camber, but then it comes down to the contacts, and then you get a little bit of the raised edges. I think it comes up right here. So it feels super catch free. Like when you're one footing, it kind of just spins around, it's a little loose, not super locked in. But then when you're riding it, you get the feel of the camber, the super solid camber underfoot. So it's kind of like an interesting mix of a playful board, but also a very aggressive snowboard. So that was really cool. It was really riding down, and chargy. And then it kind of got a little bit bucky when I would hit stuff that was like I wasn't ready for, and then the board was like pa-ding. So, it's very reactive, super responsive, really easy to turn. It's got a nice amount of pop on it and like a medium flex. So it's not like super stiff underfoot, and I felt like I could twist it torsionally, and this way too, but along with like having those semi-playful features to it, it still was like very aggressive. So it's kind of like a cool mix there. I think it'd be definitely for like the intermediate to advanced expert rider. I don't know if it would be that good for a beginner. So, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see, but the raised edges on here, they kind of just like kink up right here, and then down there where the contact points are, but just that. So you get like kind of the full effective edge coming down, and just like where you get punished is what's raised up. So, they give you a little bit of that leeway there. So yeah, riding down, it was like pretty easy to carve because it's so quick to get on edge that you can find that edge really quickly and just like trust that it's going to get over enough. And then, short radius turns were fun. Medium, large, yeah. I'd say it was easier in the medium to large radius. Short was doable. It wasn't difficult at all, but you do have to be a little bit more on it. I found with this board. And then riding switch felt really easy. Felt the same switch as it did regular. So, that was easy. Off-piste was not bad because it does have a very consistent feel underneath. And it has great edge hold, but it is a little bit more aggressive, so like you just have to be aware of like where you're going. So if you're not an aggressive rider and you're kind of like tentative, it'll just kind of take you for a ride. But if you are telling the board what to do, when to do it, it's responsive and it will turn for you. So it just kind of depends on what your style is. On the ice, it had like a pretty decent edge hold. It's not going to be like that magnet traction type, but it's somewhere kind of in between. I'd say like it's got a decent edge hold. Maybe not the best, definitely not the least. Didn't get it in steeps because the top was closed. But I assume that if you're again not tentative and like have that how to ride the steeps under your belt, then it's going to feel fine. Just as long as you're controlling it and telling the board what to do, then it's going to be very responsive for you. It's going to be really solid on jumps. I would definitely take this in the jumps. I'd ride it in the half pipe, sure. The raised edges might be good on jibs. I didn't get them on jibs today, but it might not be like an ideal jib board, so but definitely is going to feel super solid on jumps, big jumps, if you want, and then the half pipe would be a lot of fun. So I rode this with my Union Milan bindings and my Vans Farah boots, and then just set up at my normal stance, 15-15. I do okay in powder because of, you got the raised contact points. It's tough enough to like power through a powder landing or like a chunder, whatever. But it's not going to be like that floaty powder board. So if you like feel of riding kind of centered in powder, then this could probably be good for you. But if you're the type that likes to have that super floaty powder board, then it would be ideal for that. And they have the channel system, and it's compatible with most bindings, but there's a few out there that don't offer the channel system compatibility, so just like keep that in mind. But it comes with the hardware and everything, and you get the center base, just like a flat black centered base, and you can see it. I just wrote it on the factory wax, but it felt pretty fast just there, so waxed up and taken care of, it's going to hold its speed for sure. Very damp ride, super fun. I felt pretty much at home on it, but again, like for that advanced to expert rider, I would say for sure. And that is about it, I think.